Pitt. I am the culinary arts teacher at Manor High School, and this is PPS Plates. This is our second edition. I have two helpers with me today, and I want you to introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is DeMarco Brown. I'm in 11th grade, and I attend Manor High School.
And I'm Levi Kruger. I'm in 12th grade, and I'm a student at Manor High School.
And today we're going to make apple crisp. So Levi, first of all, is going to read you the recipe.
All right. First, you need 10 baking apples, peeled, cored, and thinly sliced. They need to be Granny Smith apples or Yellow Delicious, because Red Delicious won't be able to do what you need it to do. It will turn into applesauce. Next, you need a tablespoon of cinnamon, half a cup of granulated sugar, and for the topping, you want 2/3 of a cup of flour, 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar, 1/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, half a cup of quick cooking oatmeal, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, and half a cup of butter.
Okay, have any of you all had apple crisp before?
I have.
Have you made it before?
I've made it before.
Oh, good, good. It's a good recipe to be able to use, especially this time of the year when you want something nice and warm with a little maybe, let's say some vanilla ice cream on top of it and whatnot. So DeMarco's going to start with our apples because we're going to have to put your apples in the bottom of the pan first. So he's going to sprinkle the cinnamon sugar all on his apples. You can make sure you get a nice, good amount up there because you want your apples to be tasty. If you deleted having the cinnamon and the sugar on the apples would just really taste sour because the Granny Smith apple is very, very tart. Okay, so now he put the tablespoon of the cinnamon. Now he's going to sprinkle on the half a cup of the white granulated sugar. And after he does that, he's going to toss them up in that bowl because he wants to evenly distribute the cinnamon and the sugar all through it, because what he does not want is for all the cinnamon and sugar to be on top and then the apples on the bottom will be they'll still be sour because they won't have anything on them. And you just mix them all up really well. That's looking really good. That's good. And he's going to pour them right here inside of the pan. Now see, this is the thing. When you're doing apples, 10 apples may look like a lot, but the thing is that apples do shrink down when you're cooking. So you need to make sure that you have plenty for your pan. And then you're just going to evenly distribute them out like that. There you go. Good job, good job. Thank you so much. You pass me that cloth right there. Okay. So now Levi, he's going to do the topping.
All right. Got my quick cooking oatmeal right here, and the cinnamon, and sugar, brown sugar, flour, and butter.
Yes. Now he has the softened butter, to get in there. Now the thing is, if you are using butter and you forget to take it out of your refrigerator, just put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds. That'll soften it right up, and then you can use it that way. And then you can use this with your fingertips. You can just kind of put it all together, which is what he's going to do now. Okay, all he's doing is just mixing it all in, to be able to make himself have a nice crumb topping on the top. Okay, and it may look like, it might look like a lot, but it's not. And it's a good amount of topping that's in. You got to use all the topping that you have in this. Don't skimp on it. Don't just try to make a small coat of it and then just let the rest of it go. Put all the topping on the top so it'll be really good. And that takes a few minutes to get that done. But apple crisps or apple crumbles, all those different type of apple dishes, even apple pie, apple cobbler, and all other kinds of stuff. Those are great things to make. Now, if you feel like the apples might be too expensive, you could always substitute apple pie filling if you wanted to. Okay. And some people, but you would need 2 cans of it to put it in this size of a pan. Okay. Because some people would rather do that and they don't have the time to sit there. Now, you notice that some of our apples had turned brown. If the apples turn brown, don't worry about that because of the fact that apples, just like bananas, oxidize when they're in the air. And so if the apples turn brown, you're going to have the topping over it and you have cinnamon sugar over it. So that doesn't make a difference. So it wouldn't be something that's very unappetizing. Keep going. Keep going. You're almost done.
Almost done.
It looks good. It looks good. You see, as he's doing this, all of it's mixing together and, the crumb is going to be, it's getting drier. It's not as wet as when he first put in that butter. Okay. And so once he finishes mixing all that together, then we're going to sprinkle it all on the top. I'll move these dishes over here. Okay.
All right, how's that looking, Miss Pitt?
I think it looks pretty good.
All right.
So we're going to go ahead and sprinkle that all on the top. Evenly distributed.
Sprinkle it all over.
That's okay. I always tell folks when you're dropping it on the table, put it in there. You're good. Just doing an even sprinkle all on the top.
All on the top.
Yes. And for some people, it may look dry, but that's how it's supposed to look. Don't worry about that. As long as you're following the recipe, don't worry about how things look. Follow what it says, and you'll have a great result. It's when you try to add extra things to it, that's when you'll have a topping that wants to sink down underneath the apples, and it'll be like cement, and you don't want that. But it's looking really good. Make sure you get like in the corners and stuff like that too, so that the folks who are in the corner, when they get their piece of it, then they'll have a good amount. You know, just doing that sprinkling. You know, it's worth it when you take your time when you're baking to make sure that things are done right and they're done well. You know, so you can have a good result. Okay, so now he's going to put it in, DeMarco's going to put it in the oven on 325 degrees, oven number 3, okay? 375 degrees, I'm sorry, 375, and it's going to be in there for 45 minutes, okay? And then what you can do is go over there and get the finished product, okay? Right there. That you shouldn't, it's okay, because there's not hot anymore. There you go. And this right here is our finished product. You know, this is great. Like I say, you can serve with vanilla ice cream. You know, it's a great dish to have. You can put it in little cups. You can, you know, the kids love it. It's not that hard to make. It doesn't take that long. And even if you had relatives to come over, how impressive would it be for you to have something like this on your table? So this is our edition again of PPS Plates, and we are so happy that you joined us, and I hope that you make this recipe. If you do, let me know. Caddy.pitt@porchk12.com.